Well, like many children, I guess, it stems from your father, doesn't it? So yeah, it was Southampton season to get older, and went to a lot of Saints games as a kid, and then it was just, same as everyone really, over the park playing and into grassroots. And fortunate enough that I was a decent player and got into Bournemouth's academy at sort of 14, 15, and yeah, then those sort of heartbreaking stories just wasn't quite up to the level. And sort of did okay in non-league, very, very okay. It was average at best. And yeah, just always been completely and utterly consumed and obsessed with it, really. I think you have to be to do this job, really.
Cribbs are back, a new month begins, and manager Richard Luffman faces a long run of games on multiple fronts. First off, it's back into the FA Trophy with a long away trip to Didcot Town of the Premier Division. It's a chance for Cribbs to test themselves and provide an upset in the Cup.
Come on, you got it! Yes! 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 Come on, Asa!
It doesn't take long to get going as Asa Korek pounces on a mistake and rounds the keeper for 1-0.
That's the one! Shut him! Shut him! That's the one! Shut him! Shut him!
Cribbs hold the lead till half-time, finding themselves firmly in the driving seat.
Chip him! Oh, what's a save? Whip it in. Whip it. Whip it. Let's knock it out. Get the ball.
The second half starts well, in almost deja vu-like fashion. Asa Korek pounces on a mistake and drives down the pitch, skinning 2 defenders, then rounding the keeper for a second time. 2-0.
Oh, so painful.
Squeeze! Squeeze!
Keep going, keep going.
Nice!
Cribbs think they have a 3-goal lead from a corner, but a foul on the keeper cancels out the powered header. A foul by Cribbs results in a penalty for the home side, which is dispatched to half the deficit. A resulting push on the Cribbs keeper lands goal scorer Connor Barrett in hot water, the referee seeing fit to send him for an early shower for his actions. Not long after Luffers lands himself in hot water. Under new FA rules, the referee judges Luffers to have thrown the ball away, earning him a red card. A big result for the visiting Cribbs, who booked themselves a place in the next round. Whilst Luffers' passion may have landed him in hot water today, it was that passion for the game that would lead Luffers down the managerial pathway to begin with.
Well, I always thought I was a manager. I was always the computer games. I was always managing on that, going back to sensible soccer management. I think it was in the early '90s on the Atari. So I think, and I've always managed at work. I think work probably was a big sort of caveat for me doing sort of football management really. When I was in my mid-20s, my legs had gone very, very early. My pace had dried up to basically nothing, and was managing people at work day in, day out, and had this love, like I said, for football, and realised that, I think the lower the levels you go down, I always found the changing room banter got less. So I didn't want to drop to sort of my club, if you want to call it that, in Oxford into the reserve team. So I wanted to stay around the first team picture, and the only way really to do that was to pick the team myself, to get myself in the 16 really. And obviously from then it's just sort of evolved over the last sort of 12 years.
The first of two home fixtures for Cribbs begins when fellow promoted side Bemerton Heath Harlequins visit the Lawns. The men in orange start the game on the front foot, matching Cribb's physical, fast-paced football. Despite this, the winger can only find the side netting. Cribbs attack, looking for an opening but find a resolute Harlequins defense who keep Cribbs from gaining the upper hand, following a number of chances for the home side. Looking to get a man through the defensive line, Cribbs carve out a chance after a great ball in behind. However, a big stop from the retreating defender keeps the score level. With the score level at halftime, Cribbs would need something special to break the deadlock, and there aren't many better at finding something special than Jake Brown. A fast-paced passing move and a bit of luck with a touch from the defender sends Jake clean through, and he doesn't miss those. 1-0 to Cribbs. Bemerton Heath Harlequins are now looking for an equalizer, and they aren't going without a fight, forcing Cribbs to defend. Bemerton look to find a chance. With their best chance of the game, the Cribbs keeper is forced into an excellent stop. It won't be enough, however, as Cribbs' home ground dominance continues. Another 3 points for the side continues Cribbs' upwards trajectory. For manager Luffers, it's another chance taken, something which has epitomized Luffers' managerial career, always taking the chance in front of you.
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. So yeah, I was working up in London, and the manager at the time hadn't done a particularly fantastic job. And we were sort of in the lower reaches of what is the Hampshire Premier League, which is the same as sort of the County League here, if you want to call it that, in Bristol. And yeah, the chairman, who was a very good friend of mine now, was an acquaintance at the time in Stuart Munro, and called Stuart and said, you know, who are you going to line up to do the job to the end of the season? We had like 2 or 3 games left, and yeah, I asked him if I could do it. I think he was, you know, being a clown, which I still am now, in the dressing room. Was a bit sort of shocked and taken back that I even thought that would be an option, but agreed to give me the role in joint role to the end of the season with Bruiser, Steve Harrod, and who's no longer with us, and Steve, me and Steve did it to the end of the season, and I basically phoned Steve and said, look, I've got us the job, I'm the manager, we're called joint managers because the chairman don't think I'm trustworthy to do it, I think. And we got a couple of results towards the end of the season, managed to keep them up, and I said to the chairman this summer, I want to do this, and yeah, I had like 3 or 4 fantastic years there.
The second home game is a midweek clash with Paulton Rovers. Cribbs are looking to keep up their impressive home form, whilst Paulton are here to spoil the party. Both teams start the game strongly, having chances, but the game stays deadlocked in the early stages. Cribbs have a few set pieces to utilize as they look to open up the scoring on a windy night at the Lawns. Unfortunately, neither opportunity is seized, and the score stays locked at 0-0. Just before the halftime whistle, Asa Korek has the best chance of the half, stabbing at the ball which sails over the goal with the keeper helpless.
Yes!
The second half starts with less pace than the first, but a foul on serial penalty winner, Jake Brown, gives Harris Felthams a chance to put Cribbs in the driving seat just after the hour mark.
Yes!
With Cribbs on course for a big 3 points at home, Luffers is happy with the performance of the team. However, there are still more games on the horizon and more points to be won.
I'm going to keep saying it. The lads haven't had a lot of minutes over this week. We've got 3 games next week. Everyone's going to play 2 to 3 games out of it. We're going to rotate the squad round. This is a proper football team at the minute. Defensively spot on, going forward, other than fucking sticking the chances. I've got fucking stage right here. I want to stick the chances away. Unbelievable. Hey, all of you, let's let them fucking have a little bit.
From beating the odds at Otterbourne, Luffers would move to Alresford as the next step in the journey, looking to climb the Wessex League and look beyond to new pastures.
Well, we took over a team at the time which, again, you know, was at the lower reaches of the Wessex Premier. We stayed up via a reprieve the season before I got there, and bringing the whole team across, we didn't really know what to expect, but it was just, you know, again, we had a zero playing budget that first year because obviously all the boys were used to playing in the County League and the Hampshire Premier League, which was, there's no money sort of paid out at that level. And yeah, we had an unbelievable dressing room at Otterbourne, and that first year at Alresford was just the first year of really like the carrying on of that, I suppose. We ended up finishing 5th in the Wessex Premier League. We got to the second qualifying of the FA Cup. We got to the last 64 of the Vars, and you know, every week was a roller coaster game. We'd be losing 3-0, win 4-3, and you know, and we celebrated finishing 5th at that level like we'd won the division, because it was yeah, it was, you know, an unbelievable achievement for that season. In some of the clubs that were in the Wessex in that time, there was, you know, Moneyfields who had a big budget, Porchester and Salisbury and Sholin. You know, there's some real big clubs in there. So for us to be in the top 5 and in the, you know, in and around that conversation was great. And yeah, and we kicked on then year after year. Really, we had a couple of backward steps. You know, the first year, like I said, it was all the Otterbourne lads, and then obviously, you know, we had to move a few on and bring a few in, and we had to go backwards a little bit, and you know, just into that level of football. And in terms of, you know, like I said, we didn't pay, and then all of a sudden we're paying a little bit, and then we had to try and increase our budget again, and you know, but year by year we had a couple of cup wins. We won at St Mary's in the Southampton Senior Cup. We beat AFC Stoneham with that 3-0, and there was like 1,500 people watching, and that was a huge night. And yeah, then we decided we wanted to put a team together to win the division in what was our 4th season. Myself and Stuart had a meeting and sat down this summer and said, right, we want to have a go. And for us, having a go was still a relatively, you know, average budget, but we'd never had anything to work with at that anywhere near that level before. And we brought in, you know, Craig McAllister, who's an ex-professional, and towards the end of the season, Oliver Dennett from Havant and Waterlooville on loan, and we put together a really good side. And as you mentioned, you know, it got cut short through, you know, the pandemic, and we were 7 games short of hopefully what we believe would have been us winning the Wessex Premier League title, and that was the end of that. Then I'd already decided that summer, before that would be my last year at Alresford. If I couldn't win the league and get us promoted, I'd felt like I'd overstayed my welcome in the Wessex League a little bit. Not made a lot of friends in that league, and what was desperate to win it and get out of it. And yeah, we obviously then, it was taken out of our hands. That season was null and void, and myself and Stuart went on to different things and different clubs, and we're still in contact now.
With hard work, team effort, and possibly a small bit of luck, Luffers would enjoy a successful spell at the Hampshire side. Although the league title wasn't to be, an incredible Hampshire Cup final at St Mary's would be a lifelong dream completed as a Southampton fan.
Try and pose a threat to them in the opposite box as well as look after your own one.
The first game in 7 days is a trip to Westbury United of Wiltshire. The small town side similarly gained promotion from the Hellenic League to the Southern League only a few seasons ago. Both sides are renowned for their defensive ability. However, both sides had early chances, setting up a tense deadlock in the game. Cribbs feel they are denied a certain penalty when a Cribbs player is taken out in the box. With that ends a tight first half. Westbury have the first big chance of the second half from a well-taken corner. Westbury continued to look for an opener, forcing a save from the keeper. Cribbs start to grow into the half, shooting just wide of the far post. Despite the best efforts of both teams, the game seems destined for a goalless draw. A last-ditch attack from Cribbs is saved by the Westbury keeper. For Cribbs, it's a point on the road and a clean sheet. However, both teams will know that there was a chance for 3 points, which could well have gone their way on another day. A few days later, Cribbs are back for a local derby, this time visiting neighbors Manor Farm. It's a trip to the creek for the first round of the Gloucestershire Cup, as local league rivals go head-to-head. Cribbs start on the front foot, piling the pressure on the men in red. Being rewarded for their early pressure, David Duru heads home in only the 6th minute of the game. Bristol Manor Farm look to level the score, but are unable to convert a half chance. Cribbs, however, almost head home a second. However, a defender heads off the line. Cribbs think they've found a second when Duru turns the ball home, only to see the flag raised and the goal ruled out. A fast counter from the home side is clipped back post, where an on-rushing Jaden Nielsen is to head home, equalizing for the hosts. A shot from distance has Kyrese Johnson diving low, however the effort is off target. Into the second half, a free kick is hit straight at Johnson by Manor Farm. Kyrese continues his solid performance. In the other net, the Manor Farm keeper is quick off his line to deny Cribbs a second. Skipping past one and two Cribbs defenders, the red winger looks like giving the home side a lead, but the shot is agonizingly wide. Johnson saves Cribbs' blushes in the dying moments, getting down to the right-hand corner and tipping the ball round the post. With no extra time, it's straight to penalties. It's Kyrese Johnson who is the hero, making two crucial shootout saves to send Cribbs through to the next round. For Luffers, the big move to Cribbs was a no-brainer, seeing the potential to be a part of something big in the club and taking Cribbs to new heights was as enticing as projects get.
Well, I had a couple of sort of local opportunities at Southern League clubs, when I say locally to where I was in Southampton. We've got a young family, so I've got a boy who's now 6, but at the time was sort of 2 or 3. My wife is from South Wales, Market Village in Cowbridge, so she wanted to be closer to her family. So we decided, again, I think the pandemic made a lot of people sort of realise where, what priorities they wanted, and we wanted to be in the country and closer to our family. So made the move and picked up the phone to an old work colleague of mine, a guy called Gav Tufton, who just by chance was Cribb's old manager. He got him promoted to the Western League Division 1, and I think he might go into the Western Prem as well, actually. And I said to him, like, I'm looking for a job, would like to stay in England. Who do you know around Bristol that would be worth having a chat with? And I mean, his contacts, he'll be the first one in a minute. It's probably gone a little bit. He's been out of the game for a while, but he said, well, funny enough, Cribbs, Tony Beecham had just left Cribbs, and he said Cribbs are recruiting at the moment. I don't know if they're still going through that process, and he put me in touch with the club. And I had a couple of conversations, one with the now chairman Simon Hartley and one with the previous one, Dave Nelson, and had 2 really good sort of proper conversations about where I'd like to take the club. I think they thought I was a bit of a nutcase in saying that I wanted to get us into step 4. I felt that my experience of step 5 would enable that to happen. They offered me the job, and we've I'm into what is this, the fourth season now? Again, similar to Otterbourne and Alresford, this is the 4th one. Loving it. Absolutely brilliant club to be a part of.
It's back to the FA Trophy run for Cribbs as they visit the familiar pastures of Badgers Hill. For the first time this season, we were granted access to the changing room, where Luffers delivered an inspiring team talk.
Now, I'm not just saying this. They haven't got players that we have. Those 4 and Jake, that 5, running at players, we are better than them man for man, okay? Now, they might be a better football team than us. They might be technically, they've got better touches and play prettier patterns. In terms of raw fucking aggressiveness running with the ball, we're the best in the division. That's a fact. I go and sign players that have fucking got those skill sets, okay? Now, all of that aside, you don't win games of football by tactical fucking bits. You don't win games of football by fucking who plays here and who plays there. You win it with blood, guts and thunder. Yeah. And I want us, look, we've got an opportunity tonight for 20 minutes. I'm going to let you off the leash, right? You're going to be a fucking pit bull frothing at the mouth, and we're going to go and fucking press them everywhere. And we're going to get them in areas that they go, what the fuck is going on here? Last time we were up here, we pressed once in 90 minutes. We're going to press everything for 20 minutes in that shape, okay? And we're going to rely on the fact that they might create one, but we're going to get in front. And if we get in front in the first 20, then we make it fucking hell for him. Now, it's a risk. Of course it's a risk. We want to win the game tonight, correct? Yeah? So we're going to go and have a little fucking go at them. Okay, and we've got lads, and I picked a team, we've got lads that can go and press and go and run. We've got lads that can fucking defend 1v1 in areas.
Cribbs are looking to better their opening day draw here a few months ago. However, league rivals Frome will be looking to do the same on a cold Friday night. Both teams start with early chances, but Cribb's press in the early stages has caught Frome off guard, penning them into their own half. Cribbs are inches from having taken the lead in front of the clubhouse end as a ball fizzes across the face of goal. Cribbs think they finally have the lead from the corner, but the referee blows and the goal doesn't count, much to the disappointment of the Cribbs bench. More chances for Cribbs require saves from the Froome keeper to keep the scores level. Early in the second half, Cribbs are gifted a golden opportunity as the referee awards a penalty for a handball in the box. Up steps Aaron Ward Baptiste to take the penalty, who goes for power. The ball rattles off the bar and Froome survived this scare. Froome continued to gain a foothold in the second half, gaining a corner which when swung in deflects off Cribbs' Jacob Hodgson and lands in the back of the net, giving the home side the lead.
Hey, Cribbs, come on! The chance is coming!
Continuing their fight for an equalizer, Cribbs are handed a lifeline when Froome attacker Kane Simpson is shown a straight red for a lunging challenge, which catches the Cribbs player. It won't be enough for Cribbs, who despite a heroic performance come up short against Froome Town. Though Cribbs are out of the FA Trophy, it has been a remarkable journey for the club, who had never played in the competition before.
Goals change games, don't they? We've had 5-6 chances before it goes 1-0. Keeper's made a couple of good saves. Our biggest Achilles heel is that clinical edge at the minute. We can't knock everything else in front of it. And this ain't a dig at Charlie and Kane. I think my sub's going to be better tonight in terms of trying to get some more attack and stuff like that. I had a lot of the energy at that point, and I don't think we really got a foothold back in the game and 1-0. Effort-wise, spot on. 60, well, they scored 65, 70 minutes. Miles a better team. I'm batting them, absolutely batting them. I think he made, how many saves you made tonight, Gaze? One save. They wanted to score a goal. Everything that could have gone wrong, offside, misplay, own goal, missed chances, dominant the game. That performance, unbelievable. Like you're there, fellas. We're as good as them. They got 2 points on us, and they're paying £3.5 more. They beat us by a fucking own goal. You've got to put yourselves up. They ain't going to fucking clap with the feet in front of you. Tuesday Evesham, Mouse and Saturday, 6 points.
Finally, it's time to welcome Evesham Town to the Lawns on the last day of the month for a midweek league clash. A cold, rainy Bristol night starts with Cribbs hitting the post and Evesham winning a corner. Asa's well-timed tackle gives Cribbs a chance on the break, but a shot from distance is easily smothered by the Evesham keeper. Things quickly turn sour for Cribbs as Ross Mackerlane gets sent off for an off-the-ball incident, taking Cribbs down to 10 men for the second half. The second half starts with the Cribbs keeper punching to safety as both teams look for an opening. The continuing pressure from the away side is yet to mount into a goal, as Cribbs continue to defend valiantly. Michael O'Regan joins Ross Mackerlane on the sidelines after receiving a second yellow in the matter of 10 minutes, which evens up the two sides to 10 men. Evesham hunt desperately for a goal despite the second yellow, but find the defensive line Cribbs have is extremely difficult to break down. With the game ending in a stalemate and sharing a point apiece, eyes have begun to turn to next month as Cribbs look up towards the top of the table and wonder, just maybe, what if?